Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Tana. And thank you, Tana, for your support and your contributions. It is greatly appreciated. I don't know how long or short this video might be. I just got to make it. I dropped Charlene off at 9:30 on Thursday morning. And what I picked up yesterday afternoon at 11 a.m. is not the same person. I've heard the Baker Act stories before, and I've talked about it, how the narcissist uses mental health and uses mental health against you and these people against you. And, you know, you've been through it with Erin's therapist, Eric Williams, and I put him in check. I can't get the vision of her being taken out of the office, frisked by a male cop in the parking lot, handcuffed behind her back, put in the back of a squad car, taken to this address, to this fucking dirty place in the back, through the back, where she's dragged out by her arms with her hands behind her back and dragged inside like she's a criminal. Brought to this horrible, disgusting place where she's stripped and cavity searched. And put in a room with a hard fucking cotton pillow and have her clothes taken from her and put in a hospital gown. In these dirty walls and dirty floors with other people screaming and being told it's not meant to be comfortable here. This is for her safety. Meanwhile, you walk into the front of the place, there's plants on the wall and mirages and color, and it's gorgeous. So when she told me when she got out, like that's what the front, like what the... I want to thank you all again for everybody who called, especially for the people who called and went on their social media. Because without it, she'd be still sitting there. Because they were going to hold her for 72 hours until I dropped that last second video and gave them till 3. And the calls continued and continued and continued. And were continuing as I was picking her up. Get her out of here. Went from, oh no, she's danger to she's a danger, to get her out of here. You're fine. No. The woman who released her told her, oh yeah, they're way too gung ho with the Baker Act. Really? The place is meant, okay, the Henderson, these mental places that they're evaluating, or they're meant to make you snap, It's the whole point. Because the more you snap, the longer they can hold you there. The longer they can hold you there, the more they charge your insurance or the county, or preferably the county, the taxpayer. We're in any nonprofits. I see nonprofit. It's a scam. It's all a money grift. I have the director recorded the 2 phone calls where it's like she lets the cat out of the bag. You see, there were 2 things here. What they didn't have, the 2 factors that they normally have 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, they didn't have here. First is this appointment that she went on. She wasn't seeking them. She wasn't looking for psychological help from this woman. This was for disability. Secondly, there was no outside claimant or whatever, complainant or stater, that somebody's stating that she's a detriment. She's a danger. She needs to go away. They didn't have that. Normally they do. They didn't have it, I think, and that's what they were expecting because they're so used to it. They didn't actually read what was going on. I'm talking about at Henderson. And her and the doctor, because it turns out it wasn't even Edwina who was talking to Charlene. It was some assistant, the clinician, if you remember, was the one, and Charlene said she kept coming in and out, and I guess she kept going and talking to Edwina. The only time I saw Edwina was when she came in with a big smile and tell me I couldn't leave because I was being Baker acted. Not why we're concerned, like nothing. And she chooses to have her fucking practice in a town where they know that's how the police treat them, treat the people. She knew these cops were going to come in, take her out into the freaking parking lot, handcuff her behind her back, and treat her like a criminal, take her to Henderson. Why? Because it's a money grift. She's making money, Henderson's making money, and who are they making money off? The freaking county. Who sent Charlene to this woman? Florida Health. And then inside the Henderson facility is Broward Health everywhere. There's crazy people everywhere. I want them off the street. I want them off the street too. But this can never happen to another person. I don't know what the answer is, but it isn't Baker acting, people. Just arbitrarily just taking people's fucking right. Just get to treat you like a criminal because some assistant sat with me for 2 hours. You can make an assessment on my whole life. She wasn't suicidal. She wasn't threatening to be suicidal. She said she was having problems with her injury and she was depressed over it. She needed people to talk to. And I put it on myself. I stayed in that parking lot for 3 hours. So it was like I just missed this all going down. Like I don't know what even I could have done. They could have given me some explanation. But no, when I showed back up there at Edwina's office, they were talking about a release form, even though I'm listed. And I asked Charlene, I'm like, you listed me obviously as the emergency. She's like, yeah, they filled out paperwork, your emergency, your number, all. They had it. They all had it. So what do you use the release for? What's the point of the emergency contact? If Baker acting her and sending her to a facility isn't a freaking emergency, then what is? Unless you got something to hide. Unless you got something to hide, like you're making money for all the people you Baker Act, send to Henderson. Henderson then Baker Act keeps them there for as long as they possibly can to make as much money off of them as they can. Bill the insurance or bill the county. Either way, Henderson gets paid. And then Christ, poor mouth, we're just this poor little nonprofit. No, poor us. Fuck that. You want to know what my answer is? Reopen the asylums. Reopen the asylums, and they have to be state-run, state employees. State certified. Who do these get out of here. Get out of here. And there needs to be psychological profiles that you got to pass in order to work in these places because you're giving people power over other people. And there are plenty dangerous people that need to be committed and put in these places. Mostly the people who run them, to be honest with you, because that's where we're at. We threw open the asylum doors, and now the inmates run the asylums. They dragged her around like she's got a scar. Half her face still doesn't work correctly. She's in pain. Like, they just didn't care. You're not here to be comfortable, was the quote at Henderson. What am I here then for? And I got this one. Oh, she's safe. She's protected. She has access to the phone. Bullshit. They operate under cover of darkness. Any place that has a sign, no recording, is hiding something. You got something to hide. She is completely traumatized. How does she trust anybody ever again? How is she going to ever open up to a therapist or anybody ever again? No compassion, no remorse, just you're gone. Like, nothing from this woman, nothing from any of them. Until the calls started coming in and the social media started blowing up. And in case you're wondering, no, Henderson did not take their Facebook page down. They just started blocking everybody. They started blocking everybody and removing the and removing the comments. That's what they're doing. As you can see, there's 25 comments listed, and none of them are there. That's it. That's the only one that's a behavioral. Check in on your friends, right? Here it is. This is great. Check in on your friends that might be having an issue, right? Be a narc. Be a narc. Help us drive business. Give us money. Even though we're making money off of every single person that comes in there, whether it be from their insurance or the taxpayer. And the longer we keep them there, the more money we make off them. But it's not about that. It's not about that, Mary. It's about safety, right? It's about safety. I recorded both phone calls. Don't care if it's a one-party state. Recorded both phone calls. If I got to go to the court of public opinion, I'll go to the court of public opinion. Don't really care. Don't really care. Why are disabled veterans giving $2,000 to this place that makes money off it? Why? Why aren't they dealing with the VA? Where are they getting that money from? Oh, jeez. And a lot of people, look, and there's a lot of people that need the help. That's why this is so frustrating. How does she trust anybody ever again? How? How is this for her benefit? How? How does Florida? And what we're gonna find out, here is how many, because here's the thing. There was no compassion. They didn't care until the doctor, whoever it was at Henderson, came in and had to get, no, you don't need to be here. Everything you said is normal. This is all normal. There's nothing wrong. Like, they're just too gung-ho. They're just too gung-ho over there with the big, oh, great, gung-ho. I was thrown around, treated like a criminal, stripped and cavity searched. Humiliated, traumatized, told I'm not supposed to be comfortable. It's all cool. And you were gonna hold me for 72 hours, and the only reason you're letting me out, okay, is because you're feeling the heat. How do you trust anybody ever? Now I'm gonna go find my own therapist. They're gonna do what? Figures it's the borderline personality disordered queen bee, okay, that gets the state contract or gets the county contract. Like, it's just absurd. Like, the county's going to have to take responsibility for this. The state's going to have to take some responsibility for this. Plantation police, because your department policy for how you treat Baker Act, yeah, that's all well and good, and that's nice for your department policy, but that isn't Florida state law, and it sure as shit isn't federal law. It doesn't mean because you decided you wanted to have a policy, you get to violate everybody's civil rights because some DEI therapist said so without even asking a question. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, no, they're just, okay, take her to this or that. Like, he didn't even know where to take her. They had to write the address. This is the thing. The assistant wrote the address to drop Charlene off, and that was it. That was it. Yeah, here it is. Here's the fucking mill. Here's the money mill. Here it goes. We gotta make sure they get their money. Everybody get. We're gonna look. And here's the good thing. Well, not necessarily good. Okay, got back in touch with the litigator who, the personal injury attorney, emailed them all the information, so we go from here. Now, we're not sure about what so much for the Baker, like, got to look into this stuff, because like I said, it's tough. I know it's tough. So this might end up being more of a public opinion thing, but I don't think so, because, what we're looking at, false imprisonment, negligent referral, malpractice, civil rights violations, multiple people are at fault here. Because this isn't going to continue. It's not. That end might go nowhere, but we'll find out on Monday, because Monday I pick up police reports. We're going to request any body cam. Both Edwina and Henderson will be served for demands for medical records, preserve all CCTV, audio, everything you have. And we're going to see. And then we'll go, even if she tries to make it like a legitimate Baker, like, we're going to find out if it's so gung-ho, like the Henderson therapist said. Well, what is the percentage of people you're referring to Henderson that immediately that then get discharged? So then you get a charge, and Henderson gets a day's charge or two, like until whenever they can get the therapist in to talk to them. How many people are actually held? Like, shouldn't that matter? She just gets to continually, this Baker, Billy. And the point I was making before that I kind of got away from was what made this different is there's normally somebody on the outside. There's normally somebody on the outside trying to keep you in. They didn't have that. No, they had, where the fuck is my wife? Where is my wife? Who did this and why? And they got nobody else on their side other than Edwina, who they know is part of their mill, like, oh shit, who else is backing us up here? No one. Shit. Get her out of here. Well, it's just him and her, right? It's just, well, what's he gonna do? Well, we'll keep her the 72 hours. Eventually she'll snap. She'll have a breakdown and freak out. Let her out of here. Then we'll be able to dope her up, strap her down, and keep her here for God knows how long. All at the taxpayer's expense. I had this channel. And the whole time they're telling me it won't matter. We don't care. Your social media doesn't. Just be quiet. No, it ain't about the money. Stop saying kidnapped. Stop saying hostage. All their tricks, because they're all of them. At the 3 Henderson places, the cops I talked to, they all try to follow the same pattern to frustrate you so you start yelling and they can then claim the moral high ground and I don't got to talk. Well, too bad. See, they can do that when they got some kind of power. They had nothing to threaten me with other than them holding you, Charlene, which they were already doing. What they figured out real quick is there was no way the phone calls were stopping or the social media was stopping until they got it. Like, all right, we got to cut our losses. Just get her out quick. Get her out. It went from 72 hours to you got till 3 o'clock. And I'm going to start contacting your donors to an hour after that, to not 30 minutes after that, they're releasing me. I'm out. So they come get, like, that was it. And when I walked in that place, they all knew who I was. They all kept coming from the back to come look at me. She's coming. So I knew. The security guy's like, hey man, we're all cool here. Like, she's good. Nobody bothered. I'm like, uh-huh. And I didn't say a word. Other than when I first walked in, I'm here to pick up you, Free Paulino. I'm her husband. They asked me to sign in, and then they tried to make small talk with me, and I dead-eyed. Like, I just stared them. And then the one tried to put on a mask and tried to stare back at me, and I just gave just like that. Like, what are we going to do? Like, you don't scare me. You got nothing on me. And your normal tricks, you can't now just go trying to hold her because they know what's coming. The phone, see that phone still ringing? They're like, hello, Henderson, click. Hello, Henderson, click. Not transfer, not anything. Obviously, I knew what was going on. I knew what was going on. It won't matter. Oh, okay. Okay. Get her out. So the thing is now, Charlene is just completely, she can't, I never seen her this, like never. She don't even want to go through the legal thing. And I'm like, you're traumatized right now. She's like, I don't want to be known. I don't want to be the girl that just gets by, suing everybody. It's not that then people need to stop hurting you in this state. Because the point is, once you're labeled on Baker Act, you're fucked. We have to do this. That is a scarlet letter that'll follow you around the rest of your life. And that's what they want. That's what they want, because once they can label you crazy, and I've said this over and over and over again, this is one of the cornerstones of narcissistic abuse. Once you're labeled crazy, you never have to be taken seriously again. And that's the whole point of it. And once they do it to you once and they find out you've been Baker acted once, it's real easy to do it again. Oh, he's just crazy, yelling about this is all money and this. And here's the funny, one of the people Charlene met in this place was a woman who was Baker acted the same day as her, treated the same way by plantation police, by some lesbian cop, some butch lesbian. Same thing, naked, stripped, threw her around. And as they got this woman half naked, taking her out of her house because her friend, remember on the page, okay, this on their Facebook page. I'm going to figure this thing out eventually. On their Facebook page, here we are, checking on your friends, checking on your friend. Yeah, so the friend called, the stupid ass cops show up, and they just Baker act her, bring her in. They got her half naked, her mother's shoes hanging off. The lesbian cop puts her in the back, and she's playing apple bottom jeans, and she's like, hey, can you change look at, what are you doing? And she turns around and says to her, this isn't an Uber. So that's what I say. Plantation police has a problem with their cops and their Baker Act policy, because your policy is doing nothing more than giving your idiot cops carte blanche to abuse people. Once they got you labeled, you're labeled for life. That's the point. And then you go and you try to call it out. Oh, you've been Baker acted 3 times. Because, your mother or whoever was your abuser calls up. Your friend calls up because, I'm concerned about your health and your safety. So let me treat you like a criminal. Because that'll help. Let me take you to a place where you're going to be stripped and cavity searched and handcuffed. It's filthy, it's dirty, you're going to be abused and ignored. Okay, but don't worry, the front of the place is going to look beautiful. There's going to be artwork and plants and sunlight. It's going to be great. So you think that's what everybody in the back is dealing with? No. The idea that my wife had to spend any time in a place like I feel like such a... And even though she's traumatized right now, completely fucking traumatized right now, Edwina, we have to find out what her rights are, because this can't continue. This can't continue. And if there's nothing legally that can end up being done, this could have to be moved to the court of public opinion. And then I'm going to have to use this channel as a vehicle to change this, because this story has been repeated so many times on my channel. I just never dealt with it. I knew it was going on, and I knew I had dodged bullets never having it happen to me with my parents. But to have it happen now, like under these, like, going for a disability, and some assistant sat there with you for 2 to 3, like, and determined with not talking to anybody else, knowing that she has a husband, knowing, like, not talking, like, nothing. We just get to decide, and they come and drag you off and treat you like a criminal for your safety. Don't even go out there and tell you what's going to happen. Don't walk you through it, try to keep you calm. This therapist. Nothing. You're going and they walk out and just let the police have at you. What a fucking place Broward Health and Florida Health sent her to. Yeah, they're probably going to have to end up, yeah, I mean, there's just got to be for negligence, or this woman's got 1-star reviews, not many. You could just tell this woman is a train wreck. Cluster B personality disorder train wreck. Your typical queen bee, probably abused by her mother, told she wasn't good enough, thought she was too good. She's obviously obsessed to try to look Asian. Hates herself. I would have rather I'd gone on the jail. I can't watch her suffer. And she's completely traumatized. What I picked up is not what I dropped off. What I got, I don't know. So this channel is I mean, it's obviously narcissism. It's all about narcissism. It's all about societal narcissism. It's going to change. It's got to change. Governor's office is going to have to get involved. I mean, I do have contacts through Twitter with them and X. Because I promise you, they don't know to this extent. The state doesn't want the taxpayer money going for this. I promise. I'll pay the taxpayer money to have state facilities and people to actually be there and people to be analyzed. Not like this. You can't give people like this that much power. You cannot. There are people all over Fort Lauderdale, all over South Florida, talking to themselves, swinging, kicking, muttering, right? They're fine. They're fine. The problem is they're actually sick, and they're actually mentally challenged, and they actually are psychotic, and they're a lot of work. You actually have to be a mental health professional to deal with those people. That's not who they want. They want the people that they can control. They want the people whose minds that they can alter to the way they think to make you do what they want to do, what they want you to do. So they can take you out of society so your voice will never matter again. You're crazy. Oh, how many times have you heard that? Did you hear that? Oh, they've been Baker acted. Like, that's it. Credibility out the window. Everybody looks at you side-eyed. No, you're not going to do that to my wife. I have so much of fucking adrenaline still. Like, I crashed out for a couple hours last night. I got up, did my do my workout, and I had no recollection of it this morning. I remember walking out of the house. I usually listen to like a long podcast as I'm power walking. And the next thing I know, I'm walking back up my walk, dripping with sweat, which I normally am because I'm a sweater. I'm like, dude, what happened? And I look at my phone. I don't remember a word of the podcast. I saw the steps. Time I was out there. I know like an hour and 30 something minutes. Just pure adrenaline, like, because it just keeps replaying in my head, this cop, this stupid 25-year-old shithead cop, putting his fucking hands on my wife out in public because too stupid to realize, this is a dumb fucking policy, first of all. Why would you want to work at a place that wants to let you do it? No, he wants to go show off a bunch of fucking chicks out in the parking lot and use my wife to do it. I put his little fucking grubby hands all over her. Drag her around like she's a fucking criminal. Oh, dude. I got to go there on Monday and get the police report. All right, well, I'm going to call and find out what the process is and how to request any body cam footage. And I'm also going to get the body cam footage from the other girl's case because I got her name, and I'll request that body cam so I can hear this butch woman. So I have a pattern of how Plantation Police treats these Baker Act cases. And we're going to find out how many Baker Acts actually come out of Edwina's practice and how many people are actually legitimate Baker Acts. How much money is made off of this? How much taxpayer money and insurance? The whole thing is a scam. Okay, not for profit. Bullshit. Anything not for profit is bullshit. You ever seen a not for profit that isn't out begging for money? That's all they do is beg for money, is grift for money. Money. That's it. That's all it's about. It's not about it is about the money. Because once you realize, even though this isn't a million subscriber channel, my subscribers are enough and they're pissed and they won't go away. They start doing this to the donors, we're going to have a problem. So I'm really going to have to do a huge focus on this channel dedicated to this issue, tackling this issue, because this has to stop. This place is evil. It's disgusting. It's dirty. Okay, and the whole thing is based on a bed of lies. And they operate under a guise of secret, under a blanket of secrecy. No recording, no this, no bullshit. What are you hiding? Oh, HIPAA laws. Yeah. Again. Any law they pass that they say is to protect you is to protect them. Always. Always, always. And that doesn't mean there aren't some good things about HIPAA where people can't just get your medical information. I mean, that should be obvious. There shouldn't have to be a fucking law, okay, for a doctor to be confidential with your medical information, you know? And all this is made possible because they closed the mental institutions in the 80s. So they thought they could medicate everybody into compliance, and you can't. Like we just put her back. Like I just put her back. Like, everything is going so well. Was moving in the right direction, all of it. And now you and there's things I'm sure I'm still forgetting. Like this is why no contact is important though. And keeping people out of your life, the people who have abused you and anybody who would have them around have to go. This is why. This is why. Because all you need is one of them to go and back up some fucking corrupt therapist or some dumbass cop or whatever to say, and that's it. Oh, well, there's my verifier. That's it. That's it. It's 2-on-1. It's 3-on. It don't matter. All these people want is an acknowledgement that what they're doing is okay. That's all they want. That's all they're looking for. Or to get you to acknowledge that you deserve this, or it's okay. And, that's why they always want you. That's why I tell you, never apologize and never confess anything to them. Ever. Ever. Because they're just going to use it against you. How does she ever trust that? How is she ever going to trust anybody again? And I blame myself. I should have stayed. I did real. I mean, I've said it before, and I knew it anyway. But I can't survive without her. I can't. How dare all of you, all of you. On Monday, the real fun begins, and we'll see where this all ends up going on the legal side. On the public opinion side, if that's the way it's gonna go, it could go both ways. And it's either gonna be both legal and public opinion, or just public opinion. And I am resigned to say, if I have to just go with court of public opinion, then let's party. Then let's party. If I got to do something like get involved in politics myself and just be local Trump, maybe run for assembly or Congress or something, because this is an issue that I can present. Like, look, I'm with you. We got to get dangerous people. We got to. It has to happen. We got to have people in mental hospitals. But you can't have this. You can't. You can't have it. All right. I think I've gone on long enough at 45 minutes. Thank you again to everybody who got involved, and especially who called. Because there's obviously more phone calls than comment, but there was comments on Twitter and Instagram, and they're hearing. It's still here. Henderson's still hearing it. Edwina's still hearing it. I guess on her wherever you can review her. It's bigger than the disability case at this point. No, you're not gonna like. If Florida Health wants to tries to disallow her disability now, oh boy, go ahead, go ahead. I dare you. I double, go ahead. Thank you again, everybody. I appreciate it. I'm gonna put yourself out there, and I got it. I gotta really gotta crank this thing up. I was gonna wait until the inauguration, kind of like a relaunch, but I'm numb. I'm numb. I don't want to have to go through this again. I don't want to deal with another. Like, what choice do you even have at this? Like, I have to. Like, she had. Like, I have to be strong for her. I can't let people abuse my wife. I can't. I can't. I'm not. She didn't do anything to anybody. She didn't do anything. She was just trying to get disability. She wasn't looking for mental health. She wasn't looking for any of it. Oh, all right. So, again, thank you so much. If you want to get on the channel train, you guys know what to do with the links. You know, monthly, but this channel is not going anywhere. If it needs to move to Rumble one day, that's where the Rumble, where the Rumble links are. I said to Charlene, like, I've been very blessed with the opportunities I've gotten on this channel and the people who support it. And I said I got some really great news back in November for next year, and the channel keep going and being able to stay here. We love it here. Everything is going just so well. I'm just numb. I mean, I'm just numb. All right, I'm just gonna cut it off here. Thanks again, everybody. Again, you guys know what to do with the links, and again, I didn't want to deal. I didn't want to deal with this again. I didn't, and she don't. But if you don't, they're just it's gonna continue. All right. If I don't stop now, I'm just gonna keep going. All right. Thanks again, everybody. I hope to hear from you, and you know. I just feel like, with all the opportunities, I keep getting these opportunities because I'm meant to expose something even greater than societal norms, something, and this might just be it. This might be the arc. If somehow, some way that my channel can get attention on this, that this whole thing needs to be reformed. Yeah, we got to get crazy people off this, but not this. That's not what we're going. That's not what they're doing. It's not what they're doing. The people that need the help and are dangerous are all over the fucking place. People inside, most of them. There's some that do belong in there. But who knows? I mean, who knows? Once they get you to snap, that's it. That's it. You're fucked. And that's the point. If you want to be maybe a part of the bigger purpose, exposing this, you know what to do with the links. Set up a monthly, whatever you want. I actually kind of feel drained right now, so maybe I can get it some sleep. I'll be back soon. Talk to you all then. Thanks again for everything, and Charlene really does appreciate it, and thank you for helping me get her back. Thank you. All right. Take care.